I will be doing a quick tank review for the German Tier 3 Premium Light Tank, the PZ T15. This vehicle, it is just average for its tier when I compare it to the other Tier 3s. It is not that good nor bad. As a premium tank, you can train any of your German light tank crew members. In it, the commander, the driver, radio operator, and the loader. As a premium tank, you get the increased credit maker bonus while having normal matchmaking at the tier 3. This vehicle, if you play towards its strengths and weaknesses, you can do quite well. If you are in the wrong place at the wrong time in this vehicle, then you will be killed quickly enough. So, knowing what you are doing on the map at the time, it is quite important if you want to do well in this vehicle. My personal experience, when the vehicle it is top tier, you can do quite well. But when you're in a tier 4 and 5 match, then you will struggle to do okay in due to the vehicle stats. Let's get to the vehicle stats now. Let's begin off with the firepower. The gun you are going to be using, it is a 37mm gun, which is okay for its tier when you are top tier. What is good about this gun? The gun, it is accurate enough so you can technically snipe with it if you have to, while having a good aiming time and rate of fire. Now to the downside of this 37mm gun. The pen, it is not that great with the damage output per a shot. This means you will have a problem penning vehicles that have thick armor when you're facing tanks that are tier 3 to tier 5 area. When you're penning a tier 3 to a tier 5 vehicle, it is important to know where the weakest spots are, or just flank them so you can penetrate them easily enough. The gun damage per minute, it is about 1.1 thousand damage per minute, which is quite good if you can make use of the 27 rounds per minute when you fire it at a enemy vehicle. The turret traverse is good at 44. The gun depression, it is good, 10 degrees downward, so you can hill fight with this if you have to. While the gun elevation, it is good at 20 up. Now the survivability of the vehicle itself, it is completely rubbish. 260 hit points. That is not a lot. So you can be killed quickly enough if you do not know what you are doing, or be one-shotted by a howitzer that fire HE at you. Armor, it is completely rubbish and it is flat. So everything will penetrate you for the most part, especially the higher tier guns that you're going to be facing up against up to tier 5 maximum. Frontal armor, it is 30, side hull 20, turret side 25, hull rear 12, turret rear 25. The armor, it is paper thin, so there is a good chance that the enemy round will potentially knock out the crew member and the module with a single well-placed shot. Mobility of the vehicle, it is quite good for weighing about 11 tons. With the 274 horsepower engine, you will have a good horsepower to ton ratio, which will make you mobile enough. Watch out for the engine fire though, at 20%. With about 26 horsepower to 1 ton, this means you can easily reach the 60-kilometer mark for the vehicle top speed. So you can be a very good passive or add the active scout when you have to in the match. 2. Light up targets for your team. With that 60 km speed, you can easily flank vehicles all day long and shoot them at the weak spots when you're flanking them until they are dead. Reverse speed, it is good. At 20, the turret traverse being at 44 and the hull traverse being at 48, it is quite good. So the hull and the turret can turn around quickly enough if it have to. Being a light tank, you have a good camouflage rating when you are staying still or on the move. To improve the camouflage rating, when you are on the move, go with the camouflage perk, camouflage paint. Or if you're going to be more of a passive scout, go with the camouflage paint, camouflage net, camouflage perk to increase the chance of you not being lit to the enemy team. As long as you can use distance to hide yourself from the enemy tank, you can, in theory, reduce enemy tank hit points down to 0 quickly enough with the rate of fire. If you can make use of it to kill a vehicle quickly enough. The vehicle view range, it is quite good at 350 meters. When you add in coated optics binocular telescope on top of that, with the crew perks as well, you can easily have the maximum view range in the game easily enough. The radio, it is quite good at 740 meters, so you will stay in contact with your team for the most part. As a premium vehicle, you have nothing to research. Now, I will be covering the consumables, the ammunition layout, the equipment that you are going to be using in the PZT-15. Let's begin off with the consumables. Consumables at this tier, you may or may not want to use them. Consumables that I would go with is a first aid kit and a repair kit. The third item slot, it is up to you what you want to use. The ammunition count, it is good. You have 78 rounds of ammo, so you will never run out of ammo in a match in theory. The majority of the ammo you're going to be using, it is AP and APCR. AP can pen most targets easily enough when you are top tier in a tier 3 match. AP can pen most side vehicle armor when you are flanking their side or rear, but you will have a problem penning most medium and heavy tanks when you get to facing them at tier 4 and 5 area. APCR, it's always a good idea to use this ammo type against the heavily armored targets that you will be facing up against from tier 4 to tier 5 area. APCR, it is relatively cheap, 2 gold or 800 credits per a shell. It's a good idea to have a few APCR on you just in case if you need to use it in a hurry when you're in a tier 4 or 5 match. HE, it is another useful ammo type to use against thinly armored targets from tier 2 up to tier 3, or just use it to destroy debris in front of you. The equipment that I went with is to improve the vehicle passive scout ability. The binocular telescope to increase the view range when it is being used. Camouflage net to improve the vehicle concealment rating when it is being used. The other pieces of equipment that you can use is the enhanced gunlaying drive to decrease what is already a good aiming time. To increase the vehicle view range, go with the coated optics or binocular telescope. The other one that you can go with is vents to improve the crew and the tank performance by a bit. Besides that, the rest of the pieces of equipment here doesn't improve the vehicle by that much. Now, how are you going to be playing the PZ-T15? As a Tier 3 vehicle, you will have normal matchmaking from Tier 3 up to Tier 5 maximum. Whenever you are top tier, you can do quite well in this tank when you're playing toward its strengths and weaknesses. When you are in a Tier 4 to a Tier 5 match, you can do well enough still, as long as you play to the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses. This vehicle, you can die quickly enough in a match if you are at the wrong place at the wrong time, or if a higher tier vehicle shoots you to potentially one-shot you easily enough. Now, the roles that the T15 it is good at. You are good at it either as a passive or as a active scout, as a support tank, as a flanking vehicle, or if you have the binocular telescopes on, or the coded optics, you can be a medium to a short distance sniper if you have to get the precise shots off to finish a vehicle off at range. Besides that, this is a vehicle that you can buy in the game shop still, as of current date. I have one replay to show you how well you can do in the PZ-T15 here. Let's go to that replay now. This replay, I will show you how well you can do in the PZ-T15 tank when you're top tier while playing toward the vehicle's strengths and weaknesses. I did make a mistake later on in the replay. I will point that out when I get to that part. First thing first, I am heading to the hill here. This machine can easily climb hills quickly enough while reaching the top speed quickly enough for the most part. Now it is time to shoot at what vehicles are coming to the ridge here. I am playing the peekaboo game, shooting at what comes my way into the open here. This is where you can make use of the high rate of fire gun when you are top tier. I am aiming in onto the target and locking onto the target there to hit the target while they're moving in the open here. Knowing that I can pen them easily enough for the most part. The Martyr 2 there, it would have had helped if I aimed in on the first shot. Besides that, when you're top tier, you can pen most vehicles if you know where to shoot at it with regular AP or even APTR. I am taking peekaboo shots as I shoot at these vehicles that peek over the ridge here. The LT VZ38 there, I could have had pinned the vehicle if I fully aimed in on the shot to technically snipe at this range, but I am penning the vehicle easily enough when I do hit it. The PZ3A there, I am finishing that vehicle off with the assistance of my team there. Now this is where I begin to make the first mistake. I am heading into the open here without much of a backup force. I switched to a PCR to shoot at the Toady, but noticed that I didn't have to use it. AP can penetrate the Toady easily enough at this tier. Being in the open here, I am going to be killed very soon by a enemy tank. Now, if I did not die at this very moment, and the T2 medium did miss me, I would have had gotten to the building there as cover, and then take the T2 medium out, or assist my team by taking the vehicle out on the island there or around the enemy base area. This replay I did quite well in. For the 2 kills that I did while being a very aggressive front line light tank, while being a support vehicle as well, I did about 900 damage, which is quite good for being a top tier light tank. Let's go to the garage now to do a brief recap on the vehicle itself. Let's do a brief recap on the T15. As a premium tank, it is not that good nor bad, it is just average. If you want to do quite well in this vehicle, it is important that you know the vehicle's strengths, weaknesses, and how to use it properly, because you can be killed easily enough if you are at the wrong place at the wrong time. As a premium tank, it is a decent moneymaker, while training the majority of your German light tank crew members in this vehicle. This vehicle, it is one of the better premium light tanks to use to train your German light tank crew members in this, unless if you have the grand final German premium M41 90mm tank. Besides that, the T15 is a good light tank to use once you have learned the strengths and weaknesses and how to use this vehicle properly. If you like this video, leave a like, a comment, and even follow my channel as well. Good luck on the battlefield, everyone!